This latest update has really shocked people following the story closely. According to multiple reports, Princess Eugenie has completely cut off contact with her father, Andrew-Mountbatten Windsor. And when I say cut off, sources are saying there is no communication at all. No calls, no visits, nothing. One insider described it as Brooklyn Beckham-level estrangement, which tells you how final this is believed to be. Eugenie reportedly did not visit him at all since Christmas and did not bring her family to see him either. For someone who has always been seen as the daughter most emotionally connected to him, that detail alone has caused a stir. Andrew, according to those close to the situation, is said to be devastated by this. Not just disappointed, but genuinely shaken by the loss of contact with his youngest daughter. What's particularly striking here is how different the sisters' approaches appear to be. Princess Beatrice is said to be trying to walk what one source called a very fine line. She's reportedly attempting to maintain some kind of relationship with her father, while also staying firmly aligned with the wider royal family. And that's not easy, especially given everything that's happened over the last few years. Eugenie, on the other hand, is not trying to walk that line at all. According to sources, she's chosen a clean break. Now, a big part of this appears to come down to principle. Eugenie is a co-founder of the Anti-Slavery Collective, a charity focused on combating modern slavery and human trafficking. That work has been central to her public identity for years now, and sources say she's deeply angered by her father's continued refusal to apologise to the victims connected to Jeffrey Epstein. Andrew has always vehemently denied wrongdoing, and he has maintained that position consistently. But for Eugenie, reportedly, that stance is simply incompatible with the work she does and the causes she publicly supports. One source put it bluntly, saying she cannot reconcile her advocacy with silence or defiance on this issue. Meanwhile, Beatrice appears to be taking a different approach, though it's clearly complicated. Last month, Beatrice invited her father to the christening of her 11-month-old daughter Athena, which took place in London. Andrew did attend the church service, but notably, he did not join the family at the pub celebration afterwards. It's unclear how much interaction took place between Beatrice and her father during the christening itself. That detail hasn't been confirmed, and those close to the situation have been careful not to elaborate. What we do know is that Beatrice's position seems to be one of distance rather than total separation. She hasn't cut him off completely, but sources suggest they are not in regular or close contact either. And all of this is unfolding against the backdrop of major upheaval in Andrew's living situation. As reported, Andrew has been forced to give up Royal Lodge, the Windsor property he occupied for years. He lost his tenancy agreement in October. Around the same time, he was stripped of his remaining royal titles. A truck from the Windsor estate was reportedly spotted at a lockup near Bermondsey, suggesting belongings are being moved or stored. According to palace insiders, Andrew is expected to stay temporarily in a much smaller property at Sandringham until at least Easter. After that, he is expected to move into Marsh Farm once renovation work is completed. That property is understood to be significantly more modest than Royal Lodge, marking a sharp change in lifestyle. For someone who once held a prominent position within the royal family, this downsizing is notable. And it's happening at the same time as his relationships with his daughters appear increasingly strained. The last confirmed sighting of Andrew and Eugenie together was in December of last year. Since then, there have been no public appearances, no reported visits, and now, according to insiders, no private communication either. One source summed it up very simply. There is no contact at all. She has completely cut him off. That line has been repeated across multiple outlets, and it's become the defining phrase of this update. So, we're seeing family distance, loss of status, and a physical move all happening at once. Andrew, for his part, is said to feel isolated and deeply affected by Eugenie's decision. While he still has some contact with Beatrice, even that relationship appears to be cautious and limited. And that brings us to where things currently stand. Eugenie, by all accounts, has chosen distance and silence. Beatrice is maintaining space while not fully severing ties. And Andrew is facing a future that looks very different from the one he once expected. both publicly and privately. The exact details of what happens next remain unclear. What is clear is that the rift within this family is no longer subtle or private. It's now being openly acknowledged, and it shows no sign of easing anytime soon. So I want to hear from you. Do you think Princess Eugenie's decision was inevitable, given her work and public stance? Or do you think family ties should still come before everything else, even in situations like this? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if you want to receive regular updates on this developing story, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Thank you for watching.